We've got market forecasts of Archer and Joby Aviation, with some price targets and even market ratings, so make sure to stick around. So guys, I'm trying something a little bit different today. We're going to make this video a bit longer than normal, so please smash that like button if you like it, and I'll continue making these videos longer for you. If the like count is lower than normal, I'll go back to the old format. So anyway, let's get in with this market forecast. The future of urban air transportation is undergoing a dramatic transformation with the advent of electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. This sector, which pioneers the likes of Joby and Archer Aviation, are at the helm. It's not only poised to alter the fabric of urban commuting, but to redefine the very essence of mobility within cities. The recent strides made by both companies have further fueled the interest in this sector. Joby Aviation has not only completed an international flight demonstration in Japan, where it showcased its technology's global applicability, but has also deepened its partnership with Toyota for manufacturing, signalling a ramp up for production capabilities. Archer Aviation, on the other hand, has secured a landmark agreement with Japan Airlines and Sumitomo Corporation for the potential purchase price of $500 million. This indicates a strong industry backing and its intent to scale operations significantly. These developments underscore the growing confidence in eVTOLs as the viable solution for urban air transport. It also gives investors confidence in the success of both Joby and Archer. Futurists and industry analysts are increasingly forecasting a substantial expansion of the urban air mobility market, projecting a market size to reach into the tens of billions, with some optimistic estimates venturing into the hundreds of billions over the next decade. The growth is not solely due to the direct sale of eVTOLs, but it's significantly propelled by the development of an entire ecosystem. The recent announcements from Joby and Archer regarding their international expansions and partnerships highlight this ecosystem growth. This includes advancements in charging infrastructure, where the companies are exploring partnerships with electric utility companies and technology providers to ensure eVTOLs can charge quickly and efficiently. Air traffic management systems are being revamped to handle both manned and unmanned aerial vehicles, with companies like Joby and Archer either developing proprietary technologies or collaborating with tech giants. Vertiports are then the takeoff and landing facilities for the eVTOLs, and they're envisioned to become a commonplace as bus stops and subway stations, integrating them seamlessly into urban landscapes. Don't worry guys, we will get into both Archer and Joby specifics further on in this video, and you need to comment if you agree with this analysis of them. The implications of this growth for investors are multifaceted. It's not just about backing a single company, but investing in a paradigm shift in the urban living. The economic model of the urban air mobility extends beyond the aircraft themselves to include service providers for maintenance, flight operators, passenger services, and even real estate opportunities around the vertiport locations. The strategic partnerships, like those of Archer's with major corporations, not only validate the technology, but also provide a distribution network and market entry strategy, reducing the risk for investors and potentially accelerating the adoption of the curve. The broader implications of urban air environments are profound. Cities worldwide, like your New Yorks, your Los Angeles, your Dubais, are beginning to conceive and plan for a future where eVTOLs are integrated into standard transport networks. For instance, Dubai has already expressed an interest in Joby's air taxis, planning for a comprehensive urban aerial network. This vision includes not only alleviating ground level traffic congestion, but also stimulating new forms of economic activity. Guys, imagine a world where business meetings are no longer constrained by travel times, where emergency services can reach critical situations in minutes rather than hours, and where suburban areas become more accessible, thus potentially decreasing urban sprawl. This shift could lead to a significant increase in property values near proposed vertiport locations, spurring real estate development and urban planning initiatives aimed at accommodating this aerial transport revolution. So investors are closely monitoring how companies like Joby and Archer are positioning themselves in this burgeoning market, especially in the light of latest moves. Joby's collaboration with Toyota enhances its production capabilities, signalling readiness for large-scale manufacturing and market entry, whereas Archer's commercial agreements including that one with United Airlines, not only provides for future revenue streams, but also establish operational framework for urban air mobility from route planning to passenger experience. These partnerships are indicative of a strategic approach to market penetration, where the focus isn't merely on who can get their aircraft certified fast, but who can effectively scale up production, secure strategic partnerships, and navigate through the intricate web of regulations that come with flying over densely populated areas. Guys, we know Joby is going to get there first when it comes to certification, but when we look ahead, not to 2025, but when we're looking into 2030, 2035, who do we think is going to be leading? Let me know in the comments, is it going to be Joby or is it going to be Archer? To illustrate the practical deployment of eVTOLs, case studies or scenario planning in cities like Dubai, which is already investing heavily in autonomous transport, or New York, where the vertical cityscape become even more relevant with recent news. These scenarios would not only demonstrate the financial viability for investors in terms of stock performance and market share, but also shed light on the indirect economic benefits. These include job creation in new industries like eVTOL maintenance, vertiport management, advanced air traffic control systems. They might lead to new sectors in tourism, where aerial sightseeing or rapid city-to-city travel become the new norm, especially with Archer's focus on high-profile urban routes. The economic ripple effect could extend to hospitality, with hotels, resorts, potentially offering eVTOL transfers as a luxury service. So before we get into Archer and Joby specifics, I want to say my market forecast isn't just an aggregation of data points, it's more of a narrative of how urban airspaces might evolve. Now backed by tangible progress from Joby and Archer. For investors, this means looking beyond traditional financial metrics to understand the holistic impact of eVTOL technology. It involves evaluating the company's technological innovation, its ability to forge partnerships, and its capacity to influence or adapt to regulatory changes. It also means considering sustainability, as eVTOLs with their electric propulsion promise to reduce urban air carbon footprints. And this aligns with the global climate goals and potentially benefiting from green investment funds. The regulatory landscape is another big one. It's a critical aspect. Both companies are actively engaging with aviation authorities like the FAA, the EASA, to ensure compliance with safety standards and to expedite the certification process. The regulatory environment would play a pivotal role in determining the pace of the urban air mobility sector and how quick it can become a reality. Investors will need to keep an eye on the developments for regulatory approval, and it will be a significant milestone which will for sure affect the stock valuation and market entry. So let's get into the specifics of each company, because I know that's what you're waiting for. Right then, let's start with Archer. The average price target stands at approximately $11, with an average of a buy rating across the board. Archer is focusing on urban air mobility and aiming for short urban trips. They've made headlines with their partnership agreements, notably with United Airlines for future air taxi services and Abu Dhabi's investment office for operation in the United Arab Emirates. The company's Midnight aircraft is designed for high levels of autonomy, which could position Archer well if regulations evolve to support this technology. Archer's market potential is then tied to the broader eVTOL market, expected to be worth billions. Their partnership suggests a strategy to capture significant market share in both the domestic and international markets. The company has been ahead of schedule in some of the testing phases, which could lead to earlier than expected revenue generation if certification process goes smoothly. Cash burn is a concern, with the forecast suggesting Archer might need to raise additional capital, and I'm sorry to say, it probably will come from share dilution, and that would be to reach full commercialization. Now let's get on to the other big dog. Joby has received an average of a buy rating across the board, with a price target of $8. This reflects optimism about Joby's position in the market, despite the stock's performance being somewhat lackluster in 2024. Now to be fair guys, it has picked up over the last while. Joby has a substantial backing from Toyota, with its investments totaling to around $894 million. This indicates a strong financial support and expertise in manufacturing, which could streamline production. They've also been actively working with the FAA certification, with over 37% of Stage 4 certification requirements complete. This is critical to entering the market early. Similar to Archer, Joby's growth is linked to a burgeoning urban air mobility market. The strategic partnerships, including that with the US Air Force, position them not just in the civilian applications, but also in the defence, and this potentially diversifies revenue streams. Joby's focus on quieter and more efficient eVTOLs could appeal to regulators and communities sensitive to noise pollution even more. There's a high short interest in the stock, suggesting skepticism from some investors regarding the timeline for profitability and market entry. I'm going to call you out here, bag of holding. Funding remains a focal point, with analysts predicting that Joby might need to raise capital to support the operations through commercial viability. Now, are we talking about another dilution? The urban air mobility market is expected to grow significantly, by projections suggesting the market size reaching $1 trillion range by 2040 to 2050, driven by the need for efficient urban transport solutions. Both companies are nearing regulatory approvals, which are crucial to commercial operations. The finalisation of the FAA safety rules for eVTOL aircraft is a significant step for the industry. Both stocks have underperformed relative to the S&P in 2024, even though this last month they're starting to pick up. With recent developments and analyst coverage suggesting potential for recovery or even significant growth as the companies move forward towards operational readiness. Investors are advised to consider the long-term potential against the short-term volatility of the market. This sector involves high risk due to technological, regulatory and market adaptation uncertainties, but the rewards could be substantial if these companies succeed with their ambitious plans. With this bullish urban air market forecast, I'm trying not to just provide you with all a snapshot of the potential financial returns, but a roadmap to the future where the sky becomes a new frontier for urban air transportation. It's a future where investors might not only gain the direct success of the companies like Joby and Archer, but also from the broader economic and societal shifts towards these technologies. As these companies make strides towards commercialization and global expansion, the narrative of urban air mobility is being rewritten. This offers investors the unique opportunity to be part of this aerial revolution. Help me decide which of these companies is better by watching this video next, because I've compared the two side by side and give my personal opinion.